Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about 7 good driving habits that will make you a better driver. These 7 habits are absolutely awesome. They're good habits that you should get into as a driver, and they will help you be a better driver, a safer driver, and a smoother driver. Now let's get right to it. Habit number 1 is doing a circle check before you get into your car. Now, circle check is an easy thing to do. Before you get into your car, when you walk up to your car, you do a 360-degree check around the car, and you're good to go. You literally walk a circle around your car. You're looking for any pedestrians, obstructions, any things that you haven't seen before, any dents, any damages that just appeared at that moment when you saw them, and then at least you can narrow down. Number 1, you can narrow down when those dents and damages occurred, because if you do a circle check before you get into the car every time, and you now see a ding on your front driver's side fender, then you know what happened between the last time that you did the circle check and this time when you did the circle check. And it also allows you to see if there's a pole beside your car, or if there's a huge rock beside your car that you might run over. You can avoid those things. If there's a pedestrian around your car that you didn't see, it's just generally a good safety thing to do. Number 2, the second good driving habit that will make you a better driver is indicating 3 seconds before you maneuver the car. Now, generally speaking, when you are indicating, when you want to, switch lanes or turn the vehicle, like make a right-hand turn, then a lot of people will just indicate and go ahead and make the turn, or indicate and switch lanes. Now, if you indicate 3 seconds before you actually make the maneuver, you're letting everyone else around you know what you're planning on doing. That means that, let's say you want to switch lanes to the right, okay? And you don't know there's a car that you did your mirror check, you did your blind spot check, but you just did not see that car right there. If you were to just indicate and switch lanes, you might hit them, okay? You might get into an accident. But if you indicate for 3 seconds and then you switch lanes, that person has a little bit of an advance notice of what you're gonna do, and they can slow down, they can switch lanes, they can get out of your way, because if you're indicating and they're there, they might think, wow, this person probably doesn't know I'm here. Let me maneuver out of their way. So it's just generally a good safety thing to do. Number 3, the third good driving habit that will make you a better driver is to look past the vehicle in front of you. Now, there's going to be a car in front of you when you're driving, most likely, unless you're on a completely empty road. A lot of people will pay attention to that car. Now, that car is in your vision, and you should focus on it somewhat, but you have to look past it, because if you wait until you see the brake lights of the car in front of you to brake, then that means that you're having a delayed reaction, because they're gonna brake and then you're gonna brake, even if it's a fraction of a second after them, because it takes you that processing time. You see their brake lights, you process it, and then you brake. So instead, if you look, let's say, to the 3rd car in front of you, or even the 4th or 5th car in front of you, if you can see that far, you can see their brake lights way ahead, and that gives you way more time to be prepared. And let's say they swerve out of the way because they're avoiding something, you know well in advance what you have to do. If they push their brakes really hard, you know well in advance what you have to do. So look past the vehicle in front of you. Number 4 is increasing your following distance with bad road conditions. Now, people generally recommend a 3 to 4 second following distance on ideal road conditions, okay? Now, you can measure that by looking at when the car in front of you passes a milestone, let's say a light post. They pass a light post, you start counting, and then when you pass that light post, that same light post, that's when you stop counting. So let's say the car in front of me passed the light post, I would count 1, 2, 3, and then if I passed the same light post after 3 seconds, I would have a 3 second following distance. So with that being said, increase your following distance when the road conditions are not ideal. If it's snowing outside, if it's icy, windy, foggy, rainy, if there's any road condition that affects the way that the roads are, the way that you drive, or the way that your car responds, increase that following distance. It will make you a better driver and a safer driver. Number 5 is to look at the other traffic lights before going through a green light. Now, when you're approaching a green light, I know that, I'm assuming that you can go through that green light and that the other lights are red. The lights sort of like perpendicular to you are red. But with that being said, you're assuming that people are stopped or will stop at those red lights. What happens if you're about to drive through the red light, you're about to drive through your green light, and the person that's coming this way to you doesn't see that red light? I would recommend just before you drive through the red light, before you drive through the green light, not the red light, before you drive through the green light, just glance quickly at both sides, make sure that everybody's stopped, okay? Some people recommend slowing down. I recommend just glancing in advance of when you get to that intersection. This way you can maintain your speed because you've already seen what's happening by the time that you're even close to passing through the intersection, okay? Number 6 is leave earlier. So many people become bad drivers because they develop a bad habit of rushing. Leave earlier. If you know that you have to leave at 7 o'clock to make it to work on time, leave at 6:45. Leave at 6:50, 10 to 15 minutes earlier. It's better to arrive earlier than to be rushing to get there on time. It's as simple as that, because when you rush, that's when accidents are likely to happen, are more likely to happen. When you rush, that's when driving mistakes are more likely to happen. Last but not least, number 7 is to be confident, but not overly confident. Now, you want to be a confident driver. Be confident in your skills, but don't be overly confident to the point where it affects your safety or your driving ability. It's as simple as that. Make sure that you're confident in what you can do, but make sure that you're not overly confident in the way that it will make you get into an unsafe situation. And that's basically it. In this video, I've gone over 7 good driving habits that will make you a better driver. I suggest that you take on these driving habits as soon as you can and take on all 7 of them, because you'll be a better driver, a safer driver, and a smoother driver too. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. What are some other good driving habits that will make you a better driver? Let me know as a comment down below. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.